Right, well, before we have a look at today's locomotive, which is just over there, I just want you to cast your memories back to last year when I had a look at a Duchess Coronation class locomotive called the City of Nottingham, which is just here. This really is an exquisite engine. It has sprung metal buffers which are weathered. It has weathering on the locomotive that's been airbrushed and factory weathered as well. You can see the nameplates there. It runs like a dream and it pulls very well. And also have the tender here. Again, also weathered. Airbrushed up to halfway. The coupling on the back has been weathered and the buffers on the back are weathered as well and sprung loaded. And it also has removable coal, as you can see here. And I learnt that by putting in the brake rods in. And also, if you remember that video, I did say that I was going to have to get another Duchess locomotive, because they're just so lovely to have, so detailed, and very handsome locomotives. And today's locomotive we're actually going to have a look at is a Duchess locomotive, but this one is different. This one, as you can tell, is streamlined. So now I have two Duchess locomotives. One that's streamlined and one that isn't streamlined. And I've done this for a reason. I've done it because, well, one, it's different and it makes things look a bit more interesting to have two different ones. Anyway, onto the locomotive we're having a look at. And this one is quite special. This is Princess Alice, number 6223, and it's a 462. There's 6 wheels in the middle which drive the locomotive, 2 wheels at the front which are the bogie wheels, and there's 2 wheels under the cab. And I was originally going to go for Duchess of Hamilton, the red one with the gold stripes. But I came upon this one on a website and I saw it and I thought, wow. It was mainly the blue livery that did it for me. It's just so gorgeous. And so I went for this one instead. Not that there's anything wrong with the red one. That's alright, but I just preferred the blue one. And so I went for this one. However, this one wasn't very hard to... Well, it wasn't very easy to get hold of, actually. It was a bit tricky, but I eventually got it. And this one actually came up on a Welsh website. I will link it in the description. Which, by the way, Wales is where I'm going to be next week and the week after. But I'll mention that for another video. And let's just have a look on here as well. This is basically what it is. It's a, well, it states here it's a Princess Coronation, but it's actually a Duchess Coronation. Because the princesses, for a start, were never streamlined. And the reference number is R2271. It's an old production because this has been discontinued. But anyway, let's get it open and see what it's like. At the side where I always open them. So here's the standard Hornby box. Nothing special, we're all used to it. It's got the usual writing on the back. The factory it was made in Margate, Kent. And that's about it. I think this model dates from 2002, but I'm not sure. Then, we take the flap off. As you can see there, it says it's super detailed. But we'll just see how super detailed this locomotive is later, when we have a look at it. But that is just a really nice photo. So that goes to one side. Then we take off this bubble wrap, which is interesting, because you don't usually get that. And then, look at that. Wrapped up in the tissue paper. And it's very neat as well. It's not all got holes in it. Or shredded up. That's really quite neat. I wish they'd make it more neat more often, but anyway. Enough of my jibber jabber. Let's get it open. With the fingers in the back of the hole. Because I'm just so excited. Okay, well, we have something in there. Looks like a bogie wheel. Let's just take it out. And this one, I do believe, is for something to do with the radius of curves. I think it's either for the second or the third or above, I'm not sure. Usually I would get instructions, but I can't seem to see any. But oh well. I'm not really bothered about that. So we'll put that back in there, because it's not really that important right now. I'll just get the locomotive. Oh wow. She is just absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. I'm just blown away. For starters, you have to excuse the bogie wheel. We have sprung metal buffers at the front, which is really nice. We have lamp irons as well at the front, as you can see, which are painted silver as well, along with the hook there and that detailing there. Not too sure what that is. We also have bits of metal at the front as well. Well, that's metal, it's not basic. As you can see, there's the handle, just there. And that basically gives you, it basically opens up the front to get to the locomotive inside, I think. I'm not too sure. The wheels are just a lovely blue. The blue livery is just so accurate. There's plenty of riveting all along the locomotive. There's handrails going down the side there. There's the name, Princess Alice. The stripes going all the way down the sides, that's just lovely. Very realistic that is, and very accurate. The side rods and the valve gear and the linkage is all done very accurately as well. There's also a builder's plate on the bottom there that says LMS Crew. We also have a whistle on the top and the safety valves and some riveting on the roof. We have some handrails down the back as well and a proper connector for the tender. And windows in the cab as well. There's the number 6223. And there's the funnel, which is really nice. And painted blue as well. And we have some piping come down under the cab there as well. And let's just turn it to the back. Okay, well, as you can see, the stripes come round to the back of the cab as well. Okay, it's not painted inside there, but you could paint that yourself if you wanted to. So it's not a problem. And you could also fit a firebox light in there as well, drilling a hole and fitting it in. And round the back is just as nice as well. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cough. And that's about it, to be honest. And she's very heavy as well. There's good weight to her. But wow, she's lovely. Now, we will... That's just a bit of rubbish. Now we'll get the tender out. Now there's a fair bit of weight in the tender as well. Not masses, but, you know. But then again, you wouldn't want it to be too heavy, would you? The blue livery again, it matches the locomotive. Well, obviously it has to. Because if it didn't, then it would just look wrong. There's handrails going down there as well. That's where the tender connects to the locomotive. There's detailing inside the tender as well. The LMS done on the side of the tenders there is just so accurate. The streamlining is also accurate as well, on the locomotive and on the tender. There's some coil at the top of the tender as well. It's not removable, I'll just point out. Also have a small narrow coupling on the back as well. It's not NEM, it's not too big either. We also have a brake pipe on the back there as well with a ladder. And the buffers on the back are sprung as well. Sorry about that, I was just getting rid of some dust. And there's also a builder's plate on the back of the tender as well. That says LMS Crew as well. And at the bottom there is, it says 4,000 gallon. So that's obviously a 4,000 gallon tender. I do like how the blue on the frames of the tender is painted, and these bits which are the springs, which is what they are called, are painted black, so that really makes it look nice. What else is there to say about her? Well, it's going to be short and simple. I'm definitely going to have to get some matching coaches for this one, because coupling it up to maroon stuff, it just would not look nice. Alright, so I will get some matching coaches for this beast, definitely. And anything else to say? I do like these little... No, actually, lost my train of thought there. Again, let's spring the buffers. Very nice. Let's just get a close-up shot of it. Wow. And I do like the position where the handle has been put as well. That's very nice. And that's about it, to be honest. Nothing else to say. So let's put her on the tracks and see what she's like. Okay, let's put her onto the tracks. We'll put the tender on first. So she's on. You have to excuse that I'm in this part of the light today because I have Bahamas here, which is sitting here by the loading bay. This is a very special model because not only have I seen it in real life, I've also been in the cab of this one, which you'll see in the Railfest 2012 video. But anyway, back to Princess Alice. And now let's just carefully lift her onto the rails. We'll connect the tend up as well. Okay. I have to excuse that chair in the background as well. I have to move that so I can stand here and do the reviews. So anyway, now we can give her some juice. Oh, wrong way, and Bahamas actually moved then, because the switch here I have to turn off. So Bahamas won't move when Princess Alice moves. Right, now, and away she goes. Okay, well the power setting is not turned up that high, but she is just running like a dream. Here she comes. You have to excuse these Pullman coaches parked up at the station. I've put them there for a special, which I'll talk about sometime later on. Now this is rail snail speed, this is. Let's turn up a little bit more. Let's get this side on shot of her. Wow. And look at all that linkage. Wow. Let's slow her down. Wow, look at that linkage. Okay, we'll just have to move the harness out the way. And we'll put up a bit more. Let's get another shot of her. Well, what I was going to say earlier on, but I lost my train of thought. I do like the little marks on the buffers there. Because, well, let's face it, buffers aren't exactly prevented from stuff like that, are they? They get bits of paint chipped off and stuff like that. So it looks really nice. But yeah, this is just going to be an absolute joy, this locomotive is. This is going to have to be one of my favourites. Definitely. There's no doubt about that. And I definitely can't wait to get some matching coaches for her, which I will start looking. And also I might get another streamlined Duchess as well. I will give it some thought. I mean, they are so impressive. Why not? I mean, there's either the red one I'll get, or the black one, which is interesting. And apparently they're supposed to be rare. I'm not too sure what I'll get yet. But anyway, we need to finish off her running in because she's new. So I shall see you later. Right, well actually I'm going to use this time to actually make an announcement before I send Alice off for running in. Starting from next week on Friday and the week after that, I shall not be here because I'll be in Wales for a holiday. So I just wanted to make that announcement. And also next week I actually leave school forever. Thank God. Maybe I'll get more time to train spotting and do some other things. And that's about it, to be honest. And yes, I shall take some spending money, and if I get a new model, which I probably will, then I shall review it. Obviously when I come back. But that's about it, to be honest. But anyway, that's all I've got time for today, because I've got to go to the hairdresser this afternoon for a haircut. So, on that bombshell, it's time to end. So thank you for watching. And you shall see this locomotive appear in upcoming videos. Trust me.